Move along, right this way. It does not matter where you stand, but please do not touch anything until we know what the properties of these vials are and what they are used for. First things first, allow me to turn on some music to lighten the mood. There you go. As you have seen from files and documents handed out to you before coming here and throughout this process, we can learn a lot of things about the human psyche, from bones and blood, from how they walked and moved around their areas through their day-to-day life. Certain things can be extracted to find more about life and its well-being. Now that we have those matters handled at the moment, I am now going to show you a very simple necromancer skill. This is called body twitching. Now yes, the subject is still alive, but I think it will work just as well. Now then, let's begin. Today we will be learning about body twitching and the properties, and the first technique of necromancy and how the body is used to see if it is a right candidate for our tests. Keep in mind that the subject is sedated and well aware of its surroundings, but pay those features no mind. The first injection shall be of chimera horn shavings mixed with tetanus. If it works right, the subject shall have body spasms, twitching of the eyes and mouth, and so on. Good. The body is working against the subject and is having seizure-like symptoms. Eyes are fully white, but if I shine this light in the eye of the subject, they react with eye twitching and bleeding from the mouth. Now the second injection. It will be a mix of cane frog fungus and tiny doses of helium. Now this one is a treat. Muscle dilation, poison foot spores, and even lung withdrawals. Oh, this brings back memories. It's just like when I was just a wee child testing the fields for dead animals. Oh, this is so much fun, bringing new brains on the work site, learning about the sporadic bodies, the cuts of gas and screams, the whistling monsters coming through the halls. I seem to be getting ahead of myself. Now you may see a huge smile on the subject's face. Keep in mind that this is now the stage where the body will lose all or most function when this dose is added to the body, but this is only slightly in motion to their body fighting against the mind. Think of it as a wiggling coma. Good. Good. All is going swell, and this is where the other symptoms start to arise. Vomiting, manic laughter, blood vessels on a wild trip through and fro. But now we have come to the third and final injection, which will undoubtedly assassinate the subjects. Nerve endings. Lungs begin to dwindle as they are caked with bile and urine. But as we see they are going in and out, We will see a sight to behold here once well, there is no use in talking about it. Let's see how it reacts with the dead body. For the final injection, it shall mix harpy eagle feathers and high doses of phosphorus. It is this time that you all shall see necromancy at its finest work. When I inject this subject, it will be glorious and bloody, but the body will keep these contents inside. For now, heart palpitations, lung fractures, bone dysmorphia. What a time to have such grace and vigor with these tools given to me. Twitch like a bird off his rocker, and may God see my handiwork as a living element. Now that the subject has been killed, we can now do the 3 runes of necromancy, passing, limbo space, and reanimation. First, we will start off with passing. Passing is when the soul fully leaves the body. Then we can capture the soul and warp it back into either a new body as a host, or bring the soul back to life for someone who is already dead. The second rune is called limbo space. This is when the soul of the dead cannot leave to go up to heaven or down to hell, because this room has been sprayed with a ward nullifying any living or dead souls to pass through. So that means we have a soul trap to play with for a limited amount of time, since it is sprayed and not written on the walls by a special chalk. We will only have enough ample time to grab the soul and put it back into the warped body. The third and final rune is reanimation. With this rune we can bring people, animals, even books back to life, and or give them a soul for them to use as a living life form. Now that we have all 3 runes, we shall start the process one by one, starting with passing. Now that I have taught you how to use vials, runes, and other fundamental basic necromancy, I hope to see you someday bringing dead bodies back to the lab and shocking them back with a spark. Now run along, I have to clean up and tend to other matters. Like before, when you go out of this room, please move quickly and quietly to not disturb our other subjects.
Congratulations on completing your first trials of becoming a necromancer. For many people think this is a bad omen, woven into human history as bad or inhumane. But I would like to change the minds of people who are so closed-minded these days. So as usual, now that the bell has rung, you will now go into your next station, your beds and other things here to help you relax and unwind of the tiring day I am assuming you all had. Please enter the resting area quickly and quietly to not disturb our other subjects.